Hi, nurse practitioner, certified personal trainer, functional nutrition, and fitness coach Nicole here. And today we are going to make a slow cooker hamburger soup. This is a recipe from one of the meal plans through Anti-Gravity. And we have been using this particular recipe for the past couple of weeks, me and my husband, because we just love it so much. And it's so easy. We are very busy this time of year, so we're not trying to spend a whole lot of time in the kitchen on the weekends doing meal prep. So this is super easy. Chop everything up, throw it in the crock pot, and then go about our day and get everything else done that we need to do. So for this particular one, you will have the recipe down below for you to use if you'd like. We are using turkey for ours. You can use hamburger beef. Definitely recommend you do grass-fed, grass-finished beef because it has a much better fat profile and will have less, hormones and chemicals and things like that. So it's just healthier for you. Ground turkey is also a really great option. Right now we are on a deficit, so we're trying to lose a little bit of body fat while maintaining muscle mass. So this is a really good option to keep the calories lower while still being able to eat a more higher volume of food, and that helps with satiety and fullness. So I'm going to brown some turkey. Then we have carrots. We have the waxy potatoes. You want something that'll hold up in a soup. Sweet potatoes I don't recommend because they would just turn it into mush. And then we have bell peppers and celery. We're going to be using some Italian seasoning, salt, and tomato paste. And then at the very end, we finish off with some red wine. And of course, we have some bone broth. So you can also add some onion and garlic if you'd like. We are not going to do that with our recipe because they are higher in FODMAPs, onion and garlic. So we tend to steer clear of those, especially during the week for these big batches when we're eating a lot of it. All right, so we're going to get started by browning the turkey. Don't have a seasoning on hand, or you really don't know what that is, or you just don't prefer it, you'd rather have other seasonings, or you want to try something else, that's totally fine. You just want to make sure that, first of all, you're not adding any more fat, you're not adding any more carbohydrates, and like sugar is a big one, and your cooking method doesn't, like also add any more fat. You can also use different cooking methods. Like this slow cooker recipe, you could do it in a pressure cooker if you wanted to. You just look up Instapot recipes and they're really easy to come across, or you can even use stovetop. This recipe calls for things like Italian seasoning and salt. At the end you put some red wine vinegar in there, which just gives it some nice tanginess. It's really, really good. I definitely suggest that for the most part you just follow the recipe, at least the first time, and kind of figure it out if you like it or not. But if a recipe only calls for like salt and pepper, definitely, see what else you can do with it. Adding just straight herbs, like I have this parsley, or we have just straight rosemary from the garden. That's a really great idea. And having a little kitchen garden, or a French garden, whatever you want to call it, I have one right at the back. I also have some herbs on the counter. I've got basil, thyme, and some parsley. Those are really great fresh ingredients to put into your meals that just really spice things up and make it more interesting and more enjoyable for you. And it's also really fun when you start to kind of learn what your flavors are. Like my husband didn't realize how much he loved rosemary until we were growing it, and now he wants it on everything. And it's delicious. It's great on like potatoes and in meat.